Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's video, which is part 2 of this painting, and I'm so excited to finally share the color painting process. Real quick before I begin, if you'd like to see a 60-minute tutorial of this video with a color mixing demo along with hundreds of hours of exclusive content and monthly art rewards, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/happydartist. Let's start with a quick recap of part 1 of this journey, and by the way, I will link part 1 in the video description as well. This underpainting was done using Bohemian Green Earth oil paint and titanium white on a Gesso board panel that was toned with Gamsol and Bohemian Green Earth. Lately, I've been adding a monochromatic grisaille layer to my oil painting process, which is what you're seeing now, because it helps me get familiar with the composition and pose. It helps establish a foundation with thicker paint application, and in this case, it helped me try out a new lighting setup that I found tricky since I usually don't illuminate my subjects from below. In this monochromatic grisaille step, I don't have to worry about perfect rendering or color mixing, and I can do my problem solving without juggling too much on my plate, just focusing on values only. After the underpainting, it is now time to begin the color painting stage, which I've separated into 2 steps. This step I'm working on now, which I like to call the primary pass, is where the bulk of the work will be done. I'm trying to mix and apply accurate colors, render softly and precisely, and basically get the piece as close to finished as I can. There are certain finishing touches that I will save for the second step, the glazing pass, but the piece should be 80 to 90% finished at least by the end of the primary pass stage. The primary pass is very challenging because we are juggling color mixing, value, anatomy, paint application, blending, and so many other micro tasks that come with painting. It takes a lot of mental strength and physical stamina to make it through this stage, and it's truly a test of the artist's patience. But I like the challenging of working with this method because I can see aesthetically pleasing results right away, even if I'm progressing 1 square millimeter at a time. Plus, it hones my patience, which is a valuable life skill that I'm constantly working to improve. Now we're on to the glazing step. I'm only making a few minor adjustments here, such as darkening the sky to look more evening-like, adding some stars, fixing some anatomical issues on her shoulder and scapula, which by the way is one of my least favorite body parts to paint, and also adding more dramatic contrast on the face to better convey the underlit lighting setup. This is my favorite stage in oil painting, not just because we are getting close to finishing the piece, but because by the time I get to the glazing stage, I've already done the bulk of the hard work and problem solving. And now I get to just indulge in my perfectionist tendencies and make everything look aesthetically beautiful. I sometimes think of every step of the painting process that leads up to the glazing stage as a necessary, laborious job, and if I can do the job well, then my reward is the glazing step. I could stay in this stage forever. And that about wraps up this 2-part video series. I hope you all enjoyed watching this painting process. And the original painting has already been adopted, but if you'd like a fine art print of this piece, I will have them listed in my shop at happyd-artist.com. And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop, so if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. Squarespace is the best platform to create a professional website and online shop. Their beautifully designed templates are easy to use for beginners and look great on both desktop and mobile. I've sold my art through Squarespace for almost 10 years, and I can attest to the quality of their online commerce features, whether you want to sell digital or physical items. They also provide useful analytics that help you make the most of your online business. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.